33 Psychology Facts About Girls, 2023, You Should Know. Let's talk about all things girls. From how fast they develop to their favorite color, this interesting insight will teach a few things you might not have known about girls. These psychology facts about girls will also clear up some common misconceptions and explain a few stereotypes about the female sex. Like, for example, why a lot of females are afraid of bugs and why their eyesight is different from boys. If you have a mother, sister, aunt, daughter, or lady friend, you'll hopefully understand their personality and behavior a little bit more after reading these psychology facts about girls. 33 Psychology Facts About Girls. It's time to discover some fascinating facts and statistics about girls. Some of this information might even surprise you. 1. Girls are born with a superior sense of intuition. Science suggests that girls are born with intuition, which is believed to be a product of evolution. Females need to be able to recognize and predict the needs of their children. They also need to be able to know what others are thinking and feeling. 2. Girls talk more than boys. Girls possess the gift of the gab. They're naturally chatty. While little boys and girls both say their first word around the same time, usually their first birthday, girls tend to know more words by the time they're 16 months old than boys do. And between the two sexes, they're usually first to hit 300 words in their vocabulary. 3. Girls have better fine motor coordination than boys. According to a study on fine motor development between preschool girls and boys, girls score higher. Females were more advanced in their fine motor skills. They also touch their toys during individual play more than boys do. 4. Girls don't get sick as often as boys. Girls don't get sick as often as boys do because they're biologically better equipped to handle it. According to a study from the National Academy of Sciences, the male immune system isn't as strong as the females. The research suggests that this is because guys have more testosterone, which translates to a weakened immune system. Boys are also more likely to have to go to the hospital when they don't feel well. 5. According to science, it might be easier to parent baby girls. Did you know that, scientifically speaking, early life experiences can have more of a negative impact on baby boys than on baby girls? According to a study on the development of boys, the male sex is more vulnerable to maternal stress, both inside and outside of the womb, than girls are. This can be explained by several things. Baby boys have a higher level of testosterone and a lower level of serotonin than baby girls do. They also mature slower, both physically and socially. 6. Girls are more afraid of bugs than boys are. Did you know that some of our fears and phobias are brought on by our genes? Researchers discovered that girls are genetically predisposed to develop a fear of what they see as potentially dangerous insects. A study showed that some baby girls started to show signs of fear when they saw a picture of spiders at only 11 months old, while boys, on the other hand, remained indifferent. Past studies have also found that women are about 4 times more likely to fear spiders and other creepy crawly insects than men. 7. Girls understand emotions from an early age. According to many studies, the research has found that girls, even in infancy, are better at understanding people's emotions based on their facial expressions. Girls are also able to recognize faces faster than boys are. 8. Concussions are more serious for girls. Girls and women are more prone to the dangerous effects of getting a concussion. They show harsher symptoms after this type of head injury and also take longer to recover than males do. 9. Girls suffer from depression more than boys. Before adolescence, boys and girls report being depressed in equal numbers. But by the age of 13, a surprising shift occurs. More than twice as many girls as boys say that they're depressed. There are a few possible theories as to why this is. It could be because girls mature faster than boys. Or it could be because they're more prone to having issues with their self-esteem. 10. Girls are more likely to cyberbully. Here's an interesting fact about cyberbullying. According to Florida Atlantic University's Cyberbullying Research Center, teenage girls are more likely to participate than boys. Spreading malicious rumors seems to be their preferred method of bullying. 11. Girls are less likely to have autism. Autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is less common in females. A study by the CDC put out in 2021 found that approximately 1 in 44 children in the United States is diagnosed with autism. It found that 1 in 27 boys had ASD, while only 1 in 116 girls were identified with it. 12. Girls have better hearing than boys. It turns out, right from birth, girls have more hearing sensitivity than boys. Female hearing is more sensitive to speech patterns, which means it's easier for them to hear what you're talking about. 13. Girls need their dads. Girls need their dads in their life. Research suggests that daughters who have secure relationships with their fathers are significantly better placed to succeed in life academically. They also tend to have more stable romantic relationships, positive psychological outcomes, lower rates of depression, better self-esteem, and the list goes on. 14. Girls develop faster than boys. Girls mature faster on a physical level than boys do. They also mature faster in certain emotional and cognitive areas. This is thought to be because girls optimize their brain connections earlier than boys. 15. Girls go through puberty before boys do. Girls start puberty earlier than boys, by about 1 to 2 years. The first stages of puberty for girls usually begin when they're between the ages of 8 and 13. Boys usually start when they're between 9 and 14. However, everyone is different, and some will start puberty earlier or later than the average age. 16. Pink hasn't always been considered a girly color. I'm sure you've heard the statement, pink is for girls, and blue is for boys. Well, did you know it used to be the opposite? At the turn of the 20th century, some stores in the United States started suggesting sex-appropriate colors for the genders. Several department stores claimed that pink was a strong color, which made it suitable for the boy. Blue was seen as more delicate and dainty, which made it perfect for girls. 17. Nowadays, most girls' favorite color is pink. Most scientific studies find that girls prefer primary colors, chief among them is pink. Girls in the US and Great Britain choose this color significantly more often than boys do. In fact, girls as young as 2 start to prefer it over other colors. This leads one to wonder if there's something innate that attracts females to pink. However, most research confirms that girls tend to like pink simply because, somewhere along the line, they were told to. 18. Girls perform well in self-help skills. Studies show that girls perform better in self-help skills than boys do. Self-help skills are activities or behaviors your child performs that lead to them developing more independence. These can include things like getting dressed, helping with chores, and taking care of their personal hygiene. 19. Girls have a great sense of taste. This could apply to a lot of things, but for this particular fact, it's in reference to a girl's taste buds. Research shows that girls are better at identifying tastes than boys. Even though both genders have the same number of taste buds, girls process tastes differently. 20. Girls are better at self-regulation than boys are. This fact might not come as a surprise, given the previous facts about a female's development compared to a male. Studies from the US show that girls outperform boys on measures of self-regulation. 21. Girls aren't educated at the rate that boys are. This is a fact about girls that will hopefully change in the near future. The Global Gender Gap Report put out an assessment in 2020 that measured educational achievements globally. It found that only 88% of females worldwide received primary education, compared to 91% of males. 22. Girls attend tertiary education at a higher rate than boys. Although girls don't attend primary education at the rate that boys do, they attend tertiary school, university, college, and trade school at a higher rate than males. 41% of females worldwide received primary education, compared to 36% of males. 23. Girls outperform boys academically. Girls outperform boys in all grade levels as well as academic subjects. The reason for this is that girls are better at planning ahead, setting academic goals, and putting in the effort to achieve their goals. This is true for many countries worldwide, from the United States to Hong Kong. 24. Girls are born with a smaller tear duct than boys. Girls are born with smaller tear ducts than boys. This means that if a girl starts to cry, her tears will fall faster down her cheeks than a boy's will. This might make it look like she's crying more, when in fact, her tears just run faster. 25. Girls like to use emojis. Girls and women are twice as likely to use emojis compared to males. This is thought to be because women try to be more expressive when they're communicating with someone. 26. If a girl tells you her problems, it means she trusts you. When a teenage girl tells you about some of the negative things on her mind, it doesn't mean she's complaining, it means she trusts you enough to confide in you. 27. More Americans say boys are easier to raise than girls. According to a 2018 Gallup poll on which sex is easier to raise, Americans say boys are easier to raise than girls by 2 to 1. 54% named boys as easier, 24% named girls, and 14% said there was no difference. This study has been taking place since 1947, and a reporting has consistently said that boys are easier to raise. 28. Girls have lower self-esteem in their teenage years. A girl's self-esteem seems to take a dip between the ages of 11 and 14. Data collected from Millennium Cohort Study found that 15% of 11-year-old girls said that they were unhappy. By the time they turned 14, 29% of girls said that they were not happy. Further research has linked girls' use of social media with higher rates of depression. 29. Girls' hearts beat faster than boys. Girls and women have hearts that pump faster than boys do. This is because their hearts and lungs are smaller than a man's. As a result, they need to pump faster to get more oxygen saturation. 30. Girls see more shades of red than boys do. Girls are able to see more variations of shades on the red spectrum than boys. This is because they have 2 X chromosomes, and the genes for the pigments in the red cone lie on the X chromosome. Since boys only have 1 X chromosome, they can't see it as well. 31. Girls are easier to potty train than boys are. Potty training is usually an easier and quicker process for girls. This is because girls are more developed in language and physical skills. Both of these things help with learning to use the toilet faster. 32. Girls with brothers have a different gender development. A study from the Journal of Experimental Child Psychology looked at the role of siblings in gender development. It found that girls who have an older brother were associated with more masculine and less feminine behavior. It also found that boys who have an older sister were more feminine but not less masculine. 33. A lot of girls enjoy reading for pleasure. A global study on the academic performance of 15-year-olds found that girls prefer reading for pleasure much more than boys do. 65 countries participated in the study, and more girls reported reading for enjoyment in all but one country. It's not entirely known why this is, but some researchers speculate that peer pressure has to do with it. Boys are usually more vulnerable to peer pressure than girls are, and reading can be seen as an uncool activity.